All right. Good afternoon and God bless the righteous. God bless all of you this afternoon that will be tuning in to this video. We are in 2 Samuel chapter 13. And by God's grace, we are going to get through this in Jesus' name. All right. So we talked about a few things the last video, and we were discussing about staying in the spirit, living in the spirit, walking in the spirit, so that we do not gratify the desires of our flesh. And it can be anything, if you joke too much, if you scroll too much on social media, if whatever it is that you deal with that you could be capable of doing, that can just be out of God's will. Walk in the spirit. So we are in 13 of this book, the chapter, and I'm going to read it. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister whose name was Tamar, and Amnon, the son of David, loved her. And Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin, and Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. So Amnon is so in love with his sister that he is sick. He's love sick for her. And he knows that because, number one, she's a virgin. Number two, she's his sister, that it'll be hard for him to get her in any way. So I do want to conclude. I've never paid attention to this until now. Absalom, even though his cousin / good friend kind of instigated the situation to tell him what he should do to get her to come to his house, Amnon already had a mindset that says, I want to do something to her. Where did I get that from? Sister Cinnamon, where did you get that from? Because it says that he thought it hard to do anything to her. What does that mean? Anything? That means he was thinking about doing something to this woman, but he knew it was hard to do it because she's a virgin, and that's his sister. So how can I do anything to her? Because she's this, she's my sister, and she's a virgin. So I can't just be loose and just tell her, hey, I like you, I want to be with you. That's not what happens. So he already has a mindset. That's why when his friend suggests what he should do, Amnon's mind went somewhere completely different with that. So let's get into it. So he thought it hard to do something for her, to do anything to her. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shimeah, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very subtle man. So he was sneaky. He was subtle. Okay. And he said unto him, why art thou, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Will thou not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. And Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. And when thy father cometh to see thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come and give me meat and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it and eat it at her hand. So Jonadab not tell Amnon to rape his sister Tamar. He did not tell Amnon anything but to make yourself sick. And when your dad comes to see you, talk to him about this circumstance, in that if you want to see her, if you want to be that close to her, then just ask your father if she can come and make food in front of you. He didn't say rape her. He didn't say take advantage of her. He didn't say any of those things. But the word of God does say he was a subtle man. Why would you even suggest that if he's saying that he loves her? But he did not tell him to rape her. He did not tell him to do anything sexual to her. He didn't. But Amnon already his mind is already working in that he wants to be with her physically in that way. He wants to have sex with her. He wants to be with her sexually. And so his mind is already on that. And because his mind is already on that, and Jonadab tells him, hey, just do this, his mind goes in a direction that says, and then I can do that. He doesn't tell Jonadab what he's about to do or what he's thinking about. That's a good idea. And then I can ask her to do this with me. And if she refuses, then his anger. Yeah, okay, fine. So I can do that. He wasn't, and maybe he would not have forced her had she told him, don't do this. You'll be like one of the fools in Israel. Don't commit this folly. If she would have agreed to it, then it wouldn't have been a thing. So why did he hate her? Because she refused, and he had to get angry to force her. That's why he hated her afterwards. That just came into my mind. So hopefully the Lord supports that being true. He would have been angry if she would have gave into it. He got angry because she said no. So his desire, so that's how we know it wasn't just love. It wasn't love. Because if it was love, he would have said, I understand. Let me ask the king if I can marry you. He would have pursued her. He would have asked the king, let me marry her. He would have did things the right way if it was love. So he says to his friend, I love my sister Tamar. He's not going through his mind as to what he really means by that. And that is why our world today, we take love out of context. We think love is the feelings of pleasure. We think love is associated with solely pleasure, and love cannot solely be pain. Love cannot be painful. Love has to be pleasurable. Love has to be it's got to be pleasurable, because when you say love, you mean this. You don't mean dying on the cross kind of love. You don't mean that. You don't mean chastising me because I'm wrong and out of the way kind of love. No, you don't mean that. You don't mean breaking the ass's neck in order for it to be a worthy sacrifice kind of love. You don't mean breaking the legs of the sheep kind of love so that you can bring it back to you. No. Surely you don't mean that. Surely you mean pleasurable feelings. Surely you mean desire and sexual pleasure and affirmation and hugging and touching and that closeness. Surely you mean love means that. That's what the world classifies as love. They do not classify love as the man on the cross with two thieves on the side. That's not what they classify love as. So we can't, in our sinful nature, in our messed up minds, we can't identify love. Somebody went down the spill with me, and it's not that I don't know what love is and what love isn't, but you can be caught up in your emotions and you can be confused as to what you really believe love is. So I was having a conversation with one of the brethren, and they began to break down to me, love is this. If a person really loved another person, then it would not be that this person has these different desires. They want to be here because they're lacking here. They're lacking here. And so you're just looking for attention. We were having that conversation. You're just looking for attention. And they were saying, listen, if a person is just looking for attention because they lack here, then that's not love. It's lust. It's lust. So it's fake. It's fake feelings that you think is love, but it's not love. And I was like, well, what a way of putting things. They really broke that down. And I was because I'm like, man, people have feelings but as believers, we should be able to identify our feelings, and we should be able to break our feelings down like a science. Dissect that thing. Is it really this? Is it really you wanting this? Or is there underlined motive? Is there another motive as to what you're really saying you want? Because, if the longer you talk, the more you get understanding. If you are sincere about trying to dissect your life and what you feel. Yeah. When you start itemizing what you feel, we talked about that yesterday in our discipleship class. The fact that Jesus asked the man who had the son that was, that had the demon spirits, he asked him, how long has your son been in this condition? And one of the things that my brother pastor brought out was, why did he ask him that question? Because he needs him to open up his heart. Talk about what you really feel. What do you really feel? So I'm going to ask you, how long have your son been in this condition? He's been in this condition since he was since he was young. And the father begins to say, but if you can do anything. So what is the father's mindset? Listen, if there's anything that you can do, if you just stop the demons, if you can't cast them out, but you can stop the demons from harassing him, then I'll accept it. Whatever you can do, just help us. Please help us, because I don't like to see my son in this condition. And Jesus tells him, no. If you can believe, it's not about whether I can do anything for you. Can you believe that I can do anything for you? Because things are going to happen to those who believe. And the father had to examine himself. Believe? I don't? Okay. Well, let me just first say I do believe, but help my unbelief. I believe, Lord, help my unbelief. And God does it for him. So itemizing our hearts, itemizing what we feel, narrow that thing down. The longer you talk, whether you're talking to somebody in the faith, whether you're talking to God, narrow it down. God, I have these feelings. And I think I have these feelings because of this. And Lord, just to be honest, because we can't hide anything from him, so we might as well be honest. And God, just to be honest, I really want this. I really want this. Because I want that. Because I feel this way. Because of that. Because of this. Yeah, itemizing what you really feel. Amnon was not itemizing what he really feel. Like, is it really that you love your sister? Is it really love? Do you really believe that it's love? We're about to see that no, it's not love. It's lust and pride. So when I was speaking to one of the brethren, one of my fellow servants in the faith, a co-laborer, I was talking with one of them, and they were saying if a person has desires because of an area that they lack in, and all of a sudden now they have a desire for something else and they are so into it, it's not love. It's not love. It's lust and pride. If a person gets caught up with their emotions in a totally different direction that they're not supposed to be. And now they're saying, I think I love you. I think I'm in love with you. I think I really love this situation. I think I really love for these two people to be close. I think I really love this. I think, and more likely it's just more companionship and desire for companionship and affirmation and love. And the person was like, it's not love. It's not love. People are lacking in a direct area. And because of that, they're looking for that somewhere else. They're looking for that somewhere else. And they're so given to it because that somewhere else is actually affirming them. It's actually giving them what they're seeking. And now they are in love, or they really desire that now. Now they really desire that person, or they really desire that type of attention. And so the person was like, it's not love, it's fake. It's lust and pride. It's lust and pride. Why is it lust and pride? Because you seek the Lord. So if you're lacking in the area, I mean, hey, is it fixable? Can God do it? Well, I've prayed and I've talked to God for years about certain things. Okay. So let's just get to the bottom of what your real problem is. Let's get to the bottom of what your real problem is. Okay. So he was not being specific. He did not itemize his heart. He just tells his friend, I love her. I love her. So his friend Jonadab, who's subtle, tells him, well, then just do this. Just do this. And when your father comes, ask your father this. He could have just said, man, just ask your dad, can you marry her? If you love her that much, marry her. What is it that you love her so much? What are you trying to do? What do you want to do? You just want to be with her in a sexual way? You just want to be with her? Then just marry her. If you love her, you don't just love what you see. That means you want her to be someone that is going to be with you, someone that you can have for the rest of your life here. You know, someone that you can hold and call your very own. Why don't you just marry her then? That is not what he tells him. Him being subtle, so he doesn't mind fornication. He doesn't mind his friend doing something other than just doing things the right way. Obviously, he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. So they both have messed up minds. So yeah, Jonadab's not saying, hey man, hey, do whatever, do this. But he's not telling him to rape her either. But he's also not giving him advice to say, if you love her that much, then just marry her. Why don't you just marry her, crazy? No, he doesn't give him any of that advice. And so he just tells him this one thing to do. And Amnon's mind goes, oh yeah, and I can. Then she'd be available. All right. Verse 6. So Amnon lay down and made himself sick And when the king was come to see him, Amnon said unto the king, I pray thee, let Tamar my sister come and make me a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat it at her hand. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, go now to thy brother Amnon's house and dress him meat. So Tamar went. She's obedient. She may not know that he loves her or that he's lusting after her. She may not know that. David may not know that. David may not know that, but she is obedient. So the Lord has given David some obedient daughters. So David tells her, gives her instructions, and she obeys her father. She obeys her father. She goes. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house, and he was laid down, and she took flour, and he kneaded it and made cakes in his sight, and did bake the cakes. And he took a pan and poured them out before him, but he refused to eat it. Okay, that's strange. What's wrong? You said you wanted to eat. And Amnon said, have out all men from me. And they went out, every man from him. This is his devised plan. Yeah. So if we're alone, if I ask her to lay with me, then maybe she would. Maybe she would. Because she's obedient. She is doing this. The dad said, do this. She is doing it. So maybe she'd be obedient to me. But why is it that is it love? Do you really love? Are you really itemizing your heart? Do you really love her? Or do you just like you like her beauty? And you like her beauty so much, she's just sexually attractive to you. Like, just say that. Just say, no, I don't love you like I would pursue you as my wife. I don't know that it's not that kind of love. It's not the love where I want to pursue you. I want to marry you. I want to make you mine. I want to take care of you. I want to be the one that's protecting you. I want to be the one in your life that is, the best man I can be for you. No, he's not itemizing himself. And we don't do that. We just have these feelings, and now the world calls it feeling some type of way. So number one, people are not even identifying what they feel. We've come so far away from identifying what we feel. And at the beginning stages of faith, when someone came to our church using that word, they're no longer there, but they used that word, got me feeling some type of way. Everybody started to take that on because it began to be a popular saying in the secular world, feeling some type of way. And then our pastor had to, hey, we don't do that. At some point he had to say, no, identify what you feel. You're lying to yourself and others when you say, I'm feeling some type of way. No. You can identify what you're feeling. This is one of the reasons why God is going to judge man in that day. Why is God going to judge man? Because you can identify everything else. As he tells the Pharisees and the Sadducees, you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but you can't discern the signs of the time. Hypocrites. Yeah, no, you can identify everything else. You can identify what that is. You can identify what that is, but you can identify your emotions in certain respects, but you can't identify them in this respect. So you don't know what you feel. So it's unknown to you that you don't know what you feel. So you can't identify that it's sadness. You can't identify that it's pride. You can't identify that it's lust. You can't identify that as perversion. I'm going to judge you. Yeah. So the sons of God, we are being trained to itemize what you feel. Break it down. Don't tell God you feel some kind of a way, because God is not a some kind of a way kind of God. He wants you to lay it down. You want healing? You want deliverance? You want change and transformation? You better tell me exactly how you feel. I already know how you feel because I can see your heart. But if you're not going to be honest with me, if you're going to lie to me, I'm going to lie to you. If you're going to be froward with me, I'm going to be froward with you. You don't want to identify what you feel. You don't want to identify with the leadership what you feel. You don't want to identify with your brothers what you feel. Okay. So he loves her so much, but he doesn't want to marry her. It's not love. If all you see is, I want to be with her sexually, it's not love. Doesn't matter how much you say, I love you, girl. I love you. That is not love. No, you're really saying, I lust you. I lust you. No. You just look good for this particular event. Or that just looked good for this particular situation. Or that's just for this particular situation. You desire that for only this. That's why James tells us you lust to have and you can't obtain. You kill to try to get and you still can't get. You have not because you ask not. You ask not because you know that you're asking amiss, that you may consume it upon your lust. So some people are not even going to ask because I already know I'll try to find my own way to get what I want. You're not going to ask God because you know that you're not asking out of sincerity. You don't even know what you're talking about. You can't even or not even trying to identify what you really want. So you're not really asking. No. You're not really asking. You're not itemizing your heart. You're not itemizing your actual desires. And so James say that, hey, you're only doing this for lustful reasons. You have a desire, you have an overage of desire for something, and you're not going to ask God because surely I don't even think that that's God's will. So I'll find me another way to get what I want. Yeah. So Amnon he tells everybody to get out. Have all men out from me. Let them go out. Make them go. And they do. They go. And Amnon says to Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber that I may eat it of thine hand. And Tamar took it. She's so obedient. She does it. Tamar took the cakes which she had made and brought them into the chamber to Amnon, to her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her and said to her, come lie with me, my sister. So now we get to see what's really in his mind. I have a passion, a sexual passion that I want to fulfill. I have fire for you, girl. And I identify it as love. But love says what she's about to say to him. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not this folly. And whither shall I cause my shame to go? And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Now, therefore, listen to what I got to say. If you want me that bad, if you love me, if you want to be with me that bad, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from you. He'll give me to you if that's what you want. In her obedient mind, her heart is so submissive. She might not want to be with Amnon. She might not desire him, but she's saying, listen, okay, I'd rather you not take advantage of me. So if it's that serious, if you're burning that bad, then just ask the king to give me to you. She'd rather they be married. She'd rather him marry her than to force her to do something she does not want to do. I'll submit and do it if the king says I can be your wife. I'll submit and let you do whatever if the king says yes. But if that's not what you're looking to do, then you're going to be foolish if you do that. You're going to be foolish. Don't force me. Just ask the king for me and I'll submit to you. Don't try to subdue me when you're not supposed to do that, because this is not something that you're supposed to do in Israel. And I'll be shamed. You're going to take something precious from me that you're not supposed to just take. If you ask for me, then you can have it. It'll be yours and you can have it when you want it. Don't forcibly take it. If it's not yours, that's robbery. Don't rob me. But if you want me that bad, just ask the king for me and I'll submit myself. Look how humble this woman is. She is saying, just ask for me. If you want me, ask the one who's over me, and then you can have me. This is how we know he does not love her. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lay with her. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he loved her. And Amnon said unto her, arise and be gone. Where's the love? I thought you loved her. So that's what we're talking about. When it comes to lust, when it comes to that's That's why we got to be careful. That's why we all have to be careful. I'm talking to all of us. That's why we have to be careful, because if it's lust and we feel like we're burning that bad and you feel like you want something that bad, once you get it, you're going to realize I had all of that passion, all of that desire, all of that arousement in my body, all of these sparks and butterflies, all of that for a moment that was not even pleasurable after the fact. Like, I feel dirty. That's it. That's why the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked, for who can know it? Our hearts are deceitful and desperately wicked. You want something so bad but you can't have it. So you try to find other means of getting what you want. That's what James is talking about. The wars and the fights are happening on the inside because you're struggling with passion and desire, not real love, not real care. No. You want something and your body is making you think that we got to have it right now. We got to have it right now. We got to have it right now. Your body is making you think that. Your mind is making you think that. Your heart is making you believe that. I got to have this thing right now, only to put that fire out. And it wasn't even a fire. It wasn't a big fire. It was a spark. And now that's it. It would have been better if you would have bought the cow. But if you don't buy the cow and the milk is given to you, either if you steal the milk, because they say in the world, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Now, it's one thing for somebody to just be giving out milk for free. You might keep it, but you're not going to be faithful to it. Why? Because, girl, you give me free milk all the time. I'd rather chase the ones that's telling me I got to pay for it. What? That milk costs what? A dowry? Well, I gotta get my cash up. I got to get my cash up to get that milk. Yeah. But if you steal the milk from the cow, once you drink that milk, it's not going to be as pleasurable as you think it's going to be. It's not going to be as pleasurable as you think it's going to be. You took something from somebody and you think it was going to fulfill some desire, whether it is you steal something physical, like robbing a bank. You rob and you take all of this money and you feel the pleasure in that brief moment. And let's say you don't get caught. And now you wake up the next day with a bag full of money. A reasonable person, one who's not yet in the mind of a beast, is going to say, man, but if I do get caught though, all of this desire to want to rob this bank, pulling a gun out on people, threatening to take people's lives for some money. I did it for some money. It doesn't feel good. It does not feel good getting things the wrong way. So either I'm going to turn into this beast and be hateful and be angry and just be unrational, or I'm going to repent. One or two of those things are going to happen. Either I'm going to be irrational like a beast once I steal it. I'm going to keep going in that direction. I'm going to wake up and come to myself and say, man, this was not worth it. I need Jesus. Let me find him. Let me go and take the money back to the bank and surrender myself. No, arrest me. I was dead wrong. I was operating like a beast. I was operating like an animal. Yeah, no. Here's the money. I'm sorry. Where's the cop? Listen, if you punch me in the face right now, I absolutely deserve it. I'm sorry for holding you at gunpoint. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. The whole bank. I just want to apologize for stealing the money. Yeah, cow, I'm so sorry I stole your milk. I drank a little bit of it and I realized it's not worth it. So I came to bring back the rest of it. No. Or I didn't drink it. And when I was about to wake up the next day that I was going to have some of it, I realized it wasn't worth it. I feel worse. I feel bad. In the moment, I felt aroused. I felt, man, I got to have this thing right now. And now that I've gotten it, how do you feel? You feel like a champion? You feel like you've overcome something? You felt like you've accomplished your goal? Amnon hates her and he tells her to get out. Not simply because she said no, because she said, listen, just ask for me. Just ask for me. But he doesn't want to itemize his emotions. He does not want to break down what he really feels. Had he done that before Jonadab came in the room, had he done that, he would have been like, I just want to be sexual with this girl, to be honest with you. Let me calm myself down. Do you have a wife already? If not, go find you one or marry her. Just marry her. If it's really that serious, just marry her. No, he did not want to break it down. He didn't want to break down what he felt. So he tells her to get out of my house. I have no pleasure in you. Yeah, it's because you stole it. You stole it. And she said unto him, there is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other that you did to me. Like, you just stole from me. You just took my milk. You might as well keep me then. No. You stole my milk. You might as well keep me. I'm yours now, buddy. Yeah, if God does something for you miraculously, if you're not a believer and you pray and say, please don't let my grandmother die, and the Lord does not let your grandmother die, do you know at that moment you do belong to him? So if you act like you are not committed, if you act like after this moment that you don't belong to Jesus, you did steal from him. You did steal from him. Thanks, Jesus, for dying on the cross for me. Now I can go and fornicate. Now I can go and smoke. Now I can go and curse this person out. Now, because you died for me, right? You died so that I might live. So I'm going to live to still please myself. You just murdered Jesus. And the Father is going to charge you with his death. I'm going to charge you for killing my son. How did I kill your son? I wasn't even there. You did not change. He died so that you can live a new and better life, a more excellent way. You decided not to. So I'm going to charge you with his death. So she was like, no. Don't send me away. This is worse. You took milk from me and now you're saying you don't want the cow anymore? That's worse than what you took. Cause if you keep me and marry me, then you can have the milk all day long. I might not feel the best, but I'll get over myself. But now you want to discard the cow too? Oh man. She says, don't do this. But he would not listen to her. Verse 17. Then he called his servant that ministered unto him and said, put now this woman out from me and bolt the door after her. And she had a garment of diverse colors upon her, for with such robes were the king's daughters that were virgins apparelled. Then his servant brought her out and bolted the door after her. And Tamar put ashes on her head and rent her garment of diverse colors that was on her and laid her hand on her head and went on crying. And Absalom, her brother, said unto her, because he already knows how Amnon feels. He already knows that Amnon has this desire. He knows you don't love my sister. You just got passion. You're horny is what you are. You want to be with her in this capacity. You don't love her. If you did, you would have asked our Father for her. You didn't. So he just gets straight to the point. Absalom just gets straight to the point. He says, have Amnon, my brother, been with thee? So he tells her, but hold now thy peace, my sister. He is your brother. Don't take it to heart. Regard not this thing. So he tells her, don't let that bother you. Don't let that cause you to go into a depressed state. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. So Tamar remained desolate in her brother Absalom's house. Now she could have just forgiven and she could have moved on with her life. She could have went into the house of God. I don't know how women were supposed to do it back then, but she could have just prayed and asked God, heal me from my trauma. She didn't. She just remains desolate. Now that's a woman we could talk about, a woman that are loose. Hopefully I get with my sister about that one. She is definitely one we could talk about because she could have been free. She could have been free if she would have forgiven, if she would have forgiven herself, if she would have not had to replay her trauma. That's most of us. We replay our traumas and we feel like there's no way we can get past what's happened to us. I can't get past a rape. I can't get past, being touched by someone in the family. I can't get past seeing my stepdad beat my mom. I can't get past seeing my mom shoot my dad. I can't get past, I saw my dad hang himself. I saw this, I saw that. Whatever it is that you experienced that was traumatizing, you feel like you can't get past it, so you just remain desolate. That's what happened with people in the army. When they come out, they live in houses that are secluded. And they have they do blackout curtains. You don't ever see their windows open. It just looks like a desolate place because they've seen so much death and the way that they treat people over there when they're in the army, and it has messed their minds up. So all they want to do is just hide from society. They made themselves desolate. You see people with these houses that look creepy, dark, windows are never open, doors are never open. You never see anybody come outside. They don't even have a car in the yard, but they got the American flag up. They've made themselves desolate because their minds are warped from the things that they saw in the army while they were out there in battle. Their minds are warped. You see that stuff on TV. These people had to see that stuff in real life. And so their minds are messed up. They can't go back from that. And it's not that they can't. If they seek Jesus and repent for even being a part of that, he can make them free. If Tamar would have sought the father, he could have made her free. She decides to be desolate and she remains in his house as a desolate person. Yeah, like, I'm done. I'm no longer a virgin. I'm done. I'm useless. She could have been useful. God could have restored her. But she thought that her life was just over because of the trauma. But when King David heard of all these things, he was very angry, very wroth. And Absalom spake unto his brother Amnon neither good nor bad. For Absalom hated Amnon because he had forced his sister Tamar. And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom had sheep shearers in Bel Hazor, which is beside Ephraim, and Absalom invited all the king's sons. And Absalom came to the king and said, Behold now, thy servant hath sheep shearers. Let the king, I beseech thee, and his servants go with thy servant. And the king said to Absalom, Nay, my son, let us not all now go, lest we be chargeable unto thee. And he pressed him, howbeit he would not go, but blessed him. So Absalom is being subtle at this moment because he does have plans to take his brother's life. He did hate him, but he did not let him know that he hated him. He just didn't say anything. And Amnon thought it was all good. Okay, so he respect me, like he tells her, nothing's happening. So you think. So we think once we've stolen the milk, once we've robbed the bank, once we've done all these things, okay, well, nothing's happening now, so nothing is not going to happen. No, Absalom has plans for judgment on his brother. He waits 2 full years. How patient is, look at the patience, like a serpent, patient like a serpent. Yeah. Subtle. Patient like a serpent. No, I'll wait till it all die down till you think that there's no problem. 2 full years? Yeah, that's enough time for people to just relax. Oh, that was traumatizing 2 years ago. But now it's 2 years. Surely nobody remembers that. Surely that's not a thing anymore. No. It's still in Absalom's mind. Amnon probably forgot all about it because his brother doesn't show that he's upset about what he did. So Absalom knows how to change his face. He knows how to play the part. He knows how to do that. Yeah, 2 full years. Amnon does not see it coming. He doesn't. So Amnon is trying to find out. Absalom is trying to find a way to get this show on the road. He's ready to pass his judgment. So his father says no. Absalom pressed him and he let Amnon. No. Then he said, no, just go. Don't let us all go, lest we be charged unto you. And he pressed him, howbeit he would not go, but blessed him. Then said Absalom, if not, I pray thee, let my brother Amnon go with us. And the king said unto him, why should he go with you? Like, that sounds a little bit weird. But Absalom pressed him. Absalom knows how to talk. Absalom has a good talk game. He knows how to communicate. We talked about last night on the Women's That Are Loose video. Communication is key. Absalom knows how to communicate in the wrong way, of course, but he knows how to communicate to get what he wants. He has a good talk game, as they say. He knows how to talk that talk because he does get to convince his father to let Amnon go. His father's a little bit, Amnon, why? He must have said something else, just like, oh, like, I don't want to mistreat the man. Like, I don't want him to feel like I don't love him. Like I wouldn't want him to go. I invite all my other brothers and not him. That would be wrong. Maybe he said something like that. Let's just assume he said something like that. It wouldn't be right. It's hypocritical for me not to, So he presses him. He pressed him. But Absalom pressed him that he let Amnon and all the king's sons go with him. Now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, Mark ye now when Amnon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say unto you, smite Amnon, then kill him. Fear not, have I not commanded you? Be courageous and be valiant. And the servants of Absalom did unto Amnon as Absalom had commanded. Then all the king's sons arose, and every man gat him up upon his mule and fled. So everybody's freaking out. What? They killing folks in here? I gotta go. And it came to pass while they were in the way that tidings came to David, saying, Absalom has slain all the king's sons, and there is not one of them left. Then the king arose and tore his garments and lay on the earth, and all his servants stood by with him with their clothes rent. And Jonadab the son of Shimeah, David's brother, answered and said, Let not my lord suppose that they have slain all the young men, the king's sons, for Amnon only is dead, for by the appointment of Absalom this hath been determined from the day that he forced his sister Tamar. Now therefore let not my lord the king take the thing to his heart to think that all the king's sons are dead, for Amnon only is dead. So this also tells us too, Absalom, he was unwilling to itemize his heart. No. So I want to feel this anger. I want to feel this hatred, but it's wrong to hold on to it. It's wrong to hold on to hatred. It's wrong to hold on to anger, because you are going to make bad decisions. Amnon purposely held on to the anger. He purposely held on to the hatred. No. I need that to stay so that I can use that to take his life later. I am going to kill him. I'm not going to talk to God about what I feel. Why? God is going to change my heart if I talk to him about it. If I go into the presence of God, my heart is going to open up to God, and he's going to change my heart. I don't want him to. So I'm not going to. I'm going to hold on to my anger and my hatred. I'm going to hold on to my lust. I'm going to hold on to my desire. I'm going to hold on to my thinking patterns. I'm not going to talk to God at all about it. Yeah, you lust to have and cannot obtain. You kill and fight to try to get, and you still can't get it. I'm not even going to talk to God about it. I'm going to hold on to it. Yeah, I want vengeance. And that's going to make it bad for you in the end. Did you not calculate the fact that if you live by the sword, you'll die by the sword? Did you not calculate that God said long ago that whoever takes man's blood, by man will his blood be shed? You know, you can't do that. Man is made in the image of God. You can't take man's life unless God is commanding you to do that in battle. But your brother, you can't do that. Yeah. So that means that the way that you kill is the way that you're going to have to be killed. Yeah. You reap what you've sown. So Amnon is one we get to see, is one who is not, he's not willing to itemize what he feels. Most of us just, I feel some kind of way. I feel some kind of way. I feel some kind of way. We're not willing to itemize what we feel. We're not willing to, or I feel something, God. I just don't know what it is. Fine. If that's genuinely, you do not know what it is, then go into the presence and tell the Lord, help me itemize this. What is it that I'm feeling? If you can be in my shoes, I have these, I think this way. And oftentimes I feel this. What do you call that? That's pride. That's lust. That's selfishness. That's bitterness. Yeah. Okay. Well, then phone a friend and let them help you itemize what's in your heart if you're willing. But if we don't, that's how we live in the flesh, because we're not specific on what we feel. That whole, I feel some kind of way. You're not being honest. You're not being honest with you. You're not being honest with the person you're talking to. You're not being honest with God. God, I feel some kind of way. If you just be patient and sit long enough, you can identify what that some kind of a way is. Well, let's identify that some kind of a way. That some kind of a way feeling often makes you want to do what? And then we can talk. Then we can really say what it is. No, only Amnon is dead because Absalom, he had already determined to do this. He was not willing to itemize his emotions. But Absalom fled, and the young man that kept the watch lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there came much people by the way of the hillside behind him. And Jonadab said unto the king, Behold, the king's sons come, as thy servant said, so it is. And it came to pass, as soon as he had made an end of speaking, that behold, the king's sons came, and lifted up their voice and wept. And the king also and all his servants wept very sore. But Absalom fled and went to Talmai, the son of Ammihud, king of Geshur, and David mourned for his son every day. So Absalom fled and went to Geshur, and was there 3 years. And the soul of King David longed to go forth unto Absalom, for he was comforted concerning Amnon, seeing he was dead. So what are we walking away with? We're walking away with the fact that we need to identify our hearts. Identify your feelings. And as a son of God, the Lord is giving us power to identify what we feel. Identify what you feel and tell the Lord, be honest. God, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm angry. I want this. And because I know I can't have it, I'm angry with you because if I go after it and it might not be your will, you just might chastise me. You just might do something real bad to me. You just might. God, I feel like I want to hate this person. I feel like I want to go off on this person. I feel like I want to, whatever it is that you feel like you want to do. Be honest. I feel this way, God. Why do you feel that way? I feel this way because of this. And then, it's going to circle back around to, hey, you don't believe. Hey, you're proud. Hey, you're lustful. Hey, you're arrogant. Wow. It all boils down to me, huh? Yeah. You're going to itemize. You feel this way. You're going to extend it out because of this. It's going to come right back to a certain point, right back to you. Me? Yes, you. Wow. Well, Jesus help me. My heart is messed up. My heart is dirty. I'm broken. I need you to fix me. Yeah, we sing a song. If you can feel it, you can break it. And you know why? You know why you can break it if you can feel it? Because you can identify what it is. Oh, that's pride. Grab that serpent by the tail. Or that's lust. Grab that serpent by the tail. What? I'm going to take the staff and break it in half. No. You will not control me. No, you don't control me. No. Oh no, the feelings are strong. If you let it control you, the Lord tells Cain, and unto you shall be his desire if you let sin in. Oh, sin is strong. Sin is stronger than you if you let him control you. If you open the door to sin, it is stronger than you. Once it gets you, it's not going to let you go. Once that alligator grab you, it's not going to let you go. The jaws of life, they call it, take you into the water and it's going to roll you around until you die. Yeah. Sin, after sin is conceived, it's going to bring forth death. Yes, it's stronger than you. It will grab you if you don't grab it first. If you don't grab that snake is going to grab you first. Watch it. Watch it. You better grab that snake, grab it from the back. And once you do, it's now a staff. And now you control you. You can control your body. You can control your emotions. You can control your heart. You can. I'm not saying it's not a challenge. I'm saying grab the serpent by the tail. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're going to stand before the Lord without an excuse, because we can do it. We just don't want to. But I want the pleasurable feelings. That's all you want. You just want somebody just to tell you that you look nice. You just want somebody to affirm you that you're doing a good job. You just want somebody to tell you that you're beautiful. You just want somebody to give you a pat on the back. You just want somebody to hug you. Is that all you want though? There's more to love than just that. You just want to talk. You just want to talk. That's it. That's all you want. Man, you have really low standards for love. You have really low standards. You're not committed. Jesus, help us. Help us. We need to identify what we feel. We need to identify what's really happening and take it to the Lord. If you can't identify it, go to the Lord and ask the Lord to help you identify what is happening. Because if I can feel that thing, that means I can identify that thing. And if I can identify it, I do have a choice. Either you're going to keep going in the direction of what you feel because you can identify, well, I want it though. Or you're going to say, but it's going to lead me to hell. So let me break it. Let me break it. Let me break it off of me. Now, I know what that is. Either A, you want it, or B, you don't. Either A, you're going to grab the serpent by the tail, or B, you're going to say, I want it though. And once the serpent grabs you, once the serpent wraps around you, it's going to squeeze you until you die. It'll take a miracle from Jesus Christ of Nazareth to break that serpent from around your stomach section. It's going to do it, whether it's around your neck, whether it's around your midsection. It's going to squeeze you until it breaks your bones and kill you. And then it's going to eat you alive. It's going to eat you, not alive. It's going to kill you. It's going to eat you whole. Jesus, help us. Help us. So that's it. Itemize your emotions. Itemize your desires. Go ahead and go through the list. Why do you feel the way you feel? Why do you want what you want? Why? We all have to do it. We all have to do it. Laziness, pride says, but it feels so good, I want it. Yeah, but does it benefit you? Is it going to benefit you for eternity? No. And you gotta make quick decisions, because when it's time to meet the bridegroom and you don't have oil in your vessel to do so, you're not going to be accepted. So we want to be accepted. We want to be accepted. I want to be accepted. I don't know about you. I want to be accepted. So that means I have to fight harder. You have to fight harder if you want to be accepted. It's going to take more. We're going higher. The higher we go, there's less oxygen. So I've got to struggle to breathe because my body is saying, hey, we don't have enough air up here. But I have to strive to get my air. I got to strive to get my air. I can't die. I'm off the ground for a reason, because God is making me mighty. You better put forth effort to get that breath. Stay alive. Keep yourself alive. You better stay alive out there. Lord willing, we'll talk again.